A young mother viciously stabbed to death in the Mississauga home she shares with her 2 young children who were home when Peel police arrived on Sunday afternoon. That's also when the 27-year-old father of her kids was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. Brittney Newman's family says the couple was split up at the time of her death, saying she left that toxic relationship 3 years ago.
I was in utter shock. It was just...
She's your baby.
Brittney Newman's family say she entered the shelter system, eventually securing housing for her and her little family. She was hopeful, but her grandmother says she was still dependent on her ex-partner. Sadly, Brittney's story isn't unique and shows the dangerous barriers that exist for victims and survivors of domestic violence.
It was toxic. It was unhealthy. We all knew, and we tried. But manipulation and control.
Like many victims of domestic violence, Brittney's family says she tried to get away, but faced great difficulty, but ultimately depended on the father of her kids. One is 3, the other is 5 and has autism.
She was worried about the child support. She needed the money for the children. But, there isn't the support out there. There is no support whatsoever.
Support for victims of domestic violence goes beyond just the shelter system. There's housing, financial independence, navigating the court system. But in many cases, there are dangerous barriers that the Ontario Association of Interval and Transition Houses says is putting women at risk. Just because she leaves, it doesn't mean she's safe.
It doesn't necessarily mean that the violence and the abuse and the control and harassment that she's experiencing is going to stop. And so, this is where we often see our systems fail women, particularly our court systems.
Every year, shelters in Mississauga host an event to remember the women who were killed by men. Brittney's grandmother and some of their close friends begin to sob as they explain that they will have to add Brittney's name to this growing list.
My baby.
It wasn't easy speaking about Brittney's life and death, but her grandmother wants you to know her name, the love she had for her 2 boys, and that she fought to leave.
She loved me so much, and she was such a good person. And I'm going to miss talking to her. I sent her a message on WhatsApp the other day, and I knew she was gone, but I just wanted to reach out